Hello there, weight loss surgery family. This is Rachel on my way down VSG, and I'm coming with you for my week number 58 post vertical sleeve gastrectomy. My highest weight ever was 363 pounds, a BMI of 51. My surgery day weight was 319 pounds and a BMI of 45. The day that I beat obesity into remission was January the 11th, 2018, and I met my ultimate goal of having a healthy BMI at my surgiversary, which was July the 6th, 2018, and I weighed 174 pounds for a BMI of 24. I have been struggling entering into what most would call maintenance, but with traveling and everything, I just immediately shot back up. So last week I came to you weighing in for Diet Bet month number 1, weighing 182 pounds. My goal for this week was just to maintain that 182 pounds. I'm running a consecutive diet bet. They're not exactly consecutive, they're 1 week off. And so I thought that if I weighed in 1 week and then I was accountable, the following week, basically it'd keep me checking in 50% of the time at least. I definitely have to be on top of it. I've been doing diet bets for about a year now, almost exactly a year, and I've never lost one before, but it came darn close this week. I've always thought that diet bet was really healthy and it kind of just fed into my competitive side, but this week it turned into something different. I just wanted to maintain that 182 pounds, but every day I was getting on the scale and I was seeing the scale go up, even though I was on plan. And I was getting more and more frustrated. I started having obsessive thoughts about food. I started having dreams about eating food. This dream I had was I was like on some kind of pedestal, maybe you'd call it a stage. There was no one else around me, like on the stage or pedestal, and I was eating chili cheese conies, like one right after another, like having no problem with it at all. And the whole time I was doing that, I was just thinking, I'm gaining all my weight back. But I was really healthy. I mean, I was really I wouldn't say, I don't know if I was healthy or not. I wasn't having any problems like eating it all. And I was really happy. And I was happy that I was like winning this contest. Like it was like a contest of me eating hot dogs. I don't know. It was really strange, but that just kind of feeds into the obsessive thoughts I was having all week and how I was just so frustrated. And anyways, but it was, it was just the perfect storm because it was cycle time and it just fed into it. And so I ended up weighing in officially on Friday. I weighed in at 184 pounds. But the thing about it is I saw where the scale was on Thursday morning, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna lose. I was actually up a little bit. I was up even more than that, not a little bit. I was up to like 186, and I was like, wow. And to win this diet bet, I had to be 185.3 or lower. And I've never been cut it that close. And so it also got unhealthy because I dry fasted Thursday to Friday, and I've never dehydrated myself for a weigh-in before. And so that made me feel really bad too, because I always, since surgery, I've always tried to think about my health. I've always said that I was fasting for good health only, for those health benefits. But it wasn't the case this time. It was purely so I could win. So I weighed in at the 184 pounds just because I dehydrated myself down. But anyways, not something I'm proud of, but I didn't lose my first ever diet bet. So my goal over the next 3 weeks, because I have 3 weeks until I will weigh in again. Yeah, that's right, for my other diet bet, and I'm supposed to lose 3% more of my body weight, which is 179 pounds or less. So that's what I'll be focusing on. Definitely focusing on weight loss, and hopefully I'll see a little bit of a whoosh after this cycle week is gone. But it's been kind of a roller coaster week, anyways. I'm still struggling somewhat with my son's tube feedings and just our general schedule. It's Thursday will be my oldest son's 7th birthday, and so I wanted to do 7 days for 7 days of celebration for his 7th year of life, and so we've been doing that, and that brings to the next point of I experienced a real NSV. It was a really big deal to me and to my son. I apologize, it's getting really dark. Been at the baseball game, so yeah, my hair's a mess, but I'll take my hat off so you can see a little bit. But anyways, on Saturday, he wanted to go to this. It is an inflatable water park, and it's on Lake Eufaula, and that's only like 20 minutes from our house, and I'd never been. Honestly, I'd avoided it so many times, and he's asked to go, and he really wanted to do it for his birthday, and I'd always made up a million excuses why we couldn't do it and why it was too dangerous, or all the things like that. But this year, I just said, okay, yeah, if that's what you want to do, you can invite a few friends, and that's what we'll do. So I took 4 7-year-olds, and I did buy some swimming pants. So anyways, I love them. I felt so much more comfortable, thought I could climb up and down and not feel so self-conscious or uncomfortable with my loose skin on my legs. And so I'm really glad that I made that investment and got a good pair of water shoes. And I did everything that the boys did. I kept up with them, and it was just so much fun. It was such a bonding experience with my son, and he seemed to be really proud that his mom was doing it. They had this big thing. It's like a huge inflated pillow, and one person crawls out to the edge, and one person jumps on the pillow, and the pillow bounces them off into the water. And I did that for the boys over and over again. So I would jump, pile off into the water, climb back up, and I just did it over and over again. And it made my son laugh, and just made him so proud, and it made me proud that I was able to physically do it and that I wasn't totally uncomfortable. And so that was highlights of the week. So as far as the roller coaster goes, so I've talked about how my diet was just up and down, and then I felt really good about this NSV, and then today I didn't feel so good. So I'm fat fasting, trying to just get some weight loss going, and so I am hungry, so maybe a little bit on edge. But we were at the baseball game today, and my son had a doubleheader, and I just felt like he was putting zero effort in. I mean, I didn't feel like it. It was very apparent. Like one point, he put his hat over his eyes, like where he couldn't see like the ball or the field or anything. He's playing right field, and so that didn't make me happy. So anyways, I was, yelling at him, trying to get him to pay attention, and then he took his glove off and put his glove on the ground, and I mean, it was 97 degrees. He was hot. He said he was just wiping the sweat off. But in the meantime, as he's doing this, a ball gets hit at his head. He almost gets took out. The coaches are very unhappy, of course. It was very embarrassing. And so the whole way home, I was just talking to my son about how important it is to keep your head in the game and stay safe. Like, I don't want to take him to the hospital, but more than that, I don't want him to let his, not more than that, equal to that, I don't want him to let his team down. And so I just, I'm just struggling with how to handle that, and I want to be a good example, and so I feel like you all are my team, and so I want to get my weight back down to a healthy BMI and give myself some room, and I want to focus on learning how to maintain my weight. But anyway, so that's like thoughts that's going through my mind, like as I'm trying to teach this valuable lesson to my soon-to-be 7-year-old. Anyways, that's what I'm thinking about. So I have so much more to talk to you about, different things, but it's getting really dark and it's getting late for me since I'll be up most of the night. But I wanted to check in, and hopefully this video will load. My last video took 49 hours to upload to YouTube. I don't know. I think I just have the worst internet service in the world. But I hope you all have a great week. And one of the things that I went to this week was a Best Life seminar with Dr. Dave Martin. And he said the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And so I'm repeating that every day, and I just wanted to put it out there to you, and I look forward to sharing more about that. But in the meantime, I would recommend that you download Dr. Dave Martin's podcast, and it's called I think the Simple Secrets to Success or something. But anyways, it's getting dark. You probably can't see me anymore, but love you all. Have a good week.
River strong, you can't swim inside it. We could string some lights up the hill beside it. Tonight the moon's so bright, you could drive with your headlights out. Cause a little bit of summer's what the whole year's all about. Girl, you look fine, fine, fine. Put your feet up next to mine. We can watch that water line get higher and higher. Say, ain't this been some kind of day? You and me been catching on like a wildfire.